today we are going to start our civics first chapter, the legislature. Legislature होता क्या है? We'll discuss in detail. Okay. What are the learning targets of this chapter? First, composition of the union legislature means how what how the union legislature is formed. Okay. And the second, the two houses of the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, we also know, but we'll uh, discuss in detail about the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha and powers and functions of the parliament means what are the various powers and the what are the various functions uh, of parliament. So let's start this chapter. The Constitution of India has provided a union of states with a federal structure. India is a union of states, okay, because there are various states at the present 29 states in India, and with a federal structure. What is federal structure? Federal structure means power is divided on various levels like central level, state level. Okay, so this is known as a federal structure. There are three main organs of the government. Those organs are legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislatures are the parliamentary members who make laws, and executives are those prime minister and the council of ministers, various central ministers who execute those laws, and the judiciary. Judiciary is the body which protects those laws and rights of the Indian people. India has a parliamentary form of government. The executive is a part of the legislature. All the members of the executive are elected members of the majority party of the legislature. Means in India, we know that there is a parliamentary type of government where legislature is a part of executives is a part of legislature. Okay, means all these are the members of parliament, and all the members of the executive are elected members of the majority party. Majority party means in parliament which party uh, is in the majority. Like at the present, BJP is the majority party. So that party elect those ministers or those legislatures. Okay. The president is the integral part of the parliament. Without the signature of the president, no bill passed by the parliament can become a law. So, for being a law for any kind of bill in a parliament, that bill must be signed by the president, because without his consent, that bill cannot become a law. The president also has the power to summon, prorogue, and dissolve the parliament, and president has the power to dissolve the parliamentary session or prorogue or discontinue the session of the parliament. In the case of dissolvement, again the elections will be conducted. Now, union legislature. What is a union legislature? The Parliament of India, the highest representative body of the Indian people at the national level. So, our parliament, in parliament, there are we see that uh, a lot of members during the parliamentary sessions we see. So, those members are elected by the Indian people. So, they are the representative of the Indian people. Okay. So here in the parliament there are two houses, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is a lower house and Rajya Sabha is a upper house. In Lok Sabha and here uh, functions. The parliament makes laws for the whole country, passes the national budget and deliberates on the issues of the public importance. Okay, so these are the main functions of the parliament. The real executive of the country, the prime minister and his council of ministers are responsible towards it. So, uh, so for its various functions, who's responsible? Uh, the executives, mainly the president, mainly the prime minister and the council of ministers, whom the majority body elects. So these are people who are answerable towards the parliament, and they are responsible for these laws to be executed properly in a country. Composition of the Union Legislature. So, what is the composition? There are two houses, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Take a look here. Take a look here how it constitute legislature. There are two houses, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. In Lok Sabha, there are 552 members, and in Rajya Sabha, 250 members. In Lok Sabha, 530 members from states, 20 members from union territories, and 2 members are from Anglo-Indian community. And in Rajya Sabha, 238 from state and union territories, and 12 elected by the president. Okay, so in this way, union legislature is formed. Now we'll discuss about the Lok Sabha in detail. So the parliament is the law-making body of the central government. Okay, so what is the main function of the parliament? To make laws for a country. Okay, the Indian parliament is bicameral. Bicameral means there are two houses. Bi means two. There are two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Uh, composition of composition. Okay, so in Lok Sabha, how Lok Sabha is formed? The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people on the basis of adult franchise. Adult franchise means voting. Adult franchise means any adult above the age of 18 has a right to cast a vote. Adult franchise through a secret ballot system means voting system. Voting is secret. Uh, The Constitution has prescribed 552 as the members. So 552 members for the Lok Sabha, where 530 from states, 20 from union territories, and 2 from Anglo-Indian community, nominated by the president. So it is adult franchise, which is written the voting right for every member who is above the 18 years of age. The whole country is divided into constituencies. Constituencies in Hindi we can say Vidhan Sabha. Okay, so constituencies for the purpose of elections to the Lok Sabha. So for conducting elections in Lok Sabha, country is divided in various constituencies, and for these constituencies, political parties uh, uh, send their members to elect to uh, constituencies actually the whole country is divided in constituencies for the for the election for the Lok Sabha, and the political parties uh, uh, choose their political parties send their uh, members to represent those these constituencies, and they participate in the election for the Lok Sabha. Some constituencies are represent reserved for the scheduled tribes and scheduled castes. So, which those constituencies where which are reserved for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, they are only uh, the member from these communities has the right to participate in the election. We are coming to the qualification. What are the qualifications for being a member in a Lok Sabha? So he must first he or she must be a Indian. His or her age must be 24 or above, 25 or above, and should be a registered voter. Means he must be a registered voter. He must have his or her voting card and registered under the Indian. Uh, he must be registered under in Election Commission of India. Must not hold any office of profit under the government. Means he should not be a government employee and should not have been declared insolvent or unsound mind, and must not be proclaimed a criminal court, and he must not have any charges against him in any court. He must have a sound mind. Okay, and a term of the Lok Sabha. So every Lok Sabha is elected for 5 years. Every members are elected for 5 members are elected for 5 years, but before that period, president has the right to dissolve the Lok Sabha, and in that case, elections are conducted. So here is a very important point. Quorum. What is quorum? And the parliament meets at least twice a year. Means at least two sessions should be done in any year. The parliament addresses the president addresses both houses jointly at the beginning of every new session. At least 10% of the total number of total number of members have to be present at the meeting of the session. This is called quorum. Okay. So in a meeting, 10% of the total members have to be presented. This is a quorum. So remember this is important point. Now we'll discuss about the speaker. Who is the speaker? So immediately after the election of the Lok Sabha, its members meet and elect their chairperson from among themselves. He is called the speaker, and his main function is to preside over the meetings of the Lok Sabha and maintain discipline in the House. So this is how the speaker is elected, and his functions means after the election of Lok Sabha, when the those elections are completed, okay, the majority party in the major members of the Lok Sabha elect any person uh, as the chairperson of the Lok Sabha, and that is known as a speaker, and his main function is to conduct those meetings and also maintain discipline in the house. Okay, the speaker does not vote, but in the case of a tie, he or she can use his or her vote to break the tie. So, suppose on any issue, on any bill, if there is a tie in Lok Sabha, uh, then in that case, speaker casts his or her vote. In normal cases, he or she doesn't cast his vote. Okay, so these are the functions of Lok Sabha and speaker, and how Lok Sabha is formed, how speaker is elected. Okay.